Here are my views on the Child Maltreatment Index. I think many mistakes were made in the case of Phoebe and her father, and while the Maltreatment Index was blamed in part for the failure, I think it was also a lack of understanding on how to use it. The good thing is the Department of Children and Families has created this guide to help workers understand when a child may be in a harmful environment. There has to be a starting point, something that helps them determine harmful environments and maltreatment. However, determining maltreatment contains many gray areas and requires good judgment. I would prefer they err on the side of caution and commit more time to digging deeper and not just follow textbook. Otherwise, how can you really know what's going on behind closed doors? Families are so multi-dimensional and complex that it seems somewhat mechanical and a little vague to me. Let me try to explain. While it presents as very thorough, the list of factors to consider in assessment would be hard to assess in a single interview, making it impossible to know for sure unless harm is blatantly obvious, in which case a child would be removed immediately. In that same token, the index lists information necessary to support a verified finding, which I again would assume needs to be collected in more than one visit and would also require an extensive investigation. The examples provided for each finding make for good starting or idea points, but the index also implies that if the family is not right along those lines, then a finding cannot be verified. Sometimes things aren't apparent on the surface and can only be found by digging, and in some cases there isn't enough time before a tragedy happens, as did with Phoebe. The Department of Children and Families took that tragedy, turned it into an opportunity to evaluate their system in order to find out where they went wrong and if the situation could have been avoided, and how they can use that information to improve services. I like the new protocol of a well-being check, and I hope that is implemented across the country anytime a call to the abuse hotline gets screened out, just to make sure they made the right decision. Other than that, the index was an eye-opener into the outline and requirements that workers need to follow.